Dad and I are in a race to win the Premier League. We started off in the Vanarama National League with Sutton and Hartlepool United. And recently in the Championship, we came so close to meeting each other in the playoffs final, but we both lost the semi-final. And that kind of means that we are really knocking on the door now of the Premier League. And so, with a massive summer ahead, two huge bids mounting for above £30 million for two of my players came in, and I'm happy to accept. Not on the same level, but Dad also had a bid for his right back, which he wanted to sell to allow him to build a new side as well. And looking at my lineup with those players gone, I think my transfer window was really good with the signings I've made so far with those player sales. But it got even better because my scouts are on fire, finding me an unbelievable Irish Wonderkid who is just 18 years old and already a star in my team. And for just 550k, I was signing Roland McLaughlin from Waterford for my Sutton United side. But don't write off Dad's though, because he spent very well too and dipped into the Irish links with Andrew Moran as he brought in and scored 2 goals on the opening day against Derby. He also scored in August against my Sutton United side in an early clash between our two teams. Luckily, David Hine, a new signing, pulled back an equaliser, but a wayward crossfield ball was jumped on by Dad's Hartlepool side, and Harry Leonard bagged a winner. Well, Dad, some busy summer transfer windows for the both of us here. Yeah. You had £6 million going out for your right back, which brought in a little bit of money.
That. He's 31, so you know like when they get to that age.
Yeah, and Thomas Ingram as well, £3.2 million.
Yeah, this is the one I was sort of like a bit like that with really, but I could do with the money, so I thought it was a good offer really, so I've just took it really.
Well, you replaced him with quite a good loan signing.
That's right, yeah. So that's
Seth Woolery.
That sort of helped really.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I'm pleased with that. Only 19 as well. To be that good at 19 is quite good.
Yeah, but to start things off for this season, you spent 500 grand on Andrew Moran from Shamrock Rovers, playing that attacking midfielder spot. But then,
he looks good.
Yeah, didn't spend a penny after that, or the free transfers that, of course, that we have been utilising and bringing in a decent striker in there. There's 3 centre backs coming in. I think he's your best one out of the lot.
Yeah. And he's young as well, and he's going to be my player as well. So
yeah,
it's all looking good for the future. I think I've just sort of like really, I feel the squad that I've made there, especially my defensive squad now, are really, really strong.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at your team here. You can now see that you've actually got strength and depth instead of obviously what it was previously. But yeah, okay, so Rickard up front again after his great season, his great first season last year.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of help as well in case he gets an injury or something like that. So.
Yeah, there is injuries in your team already. But straight away,
that's the problem.
7 months in Ruben for a broken lower leg.
Oh no, yeah.
And the right back out for 6 weeks to 2 months. So big injuries.
It paid off by getting all those defenders in, didn't it?
It was needed. It
definitely, yeah. I could have been in a lot of trouble, couldn't I?
Yeah. But let's have a look, because I had even more money thanks to some player sales. In fact, I had £30 million in just Landazuri and Jaden Rowe both leaving the club. 34 million just off of those two.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, another 2.4 after that. And I think I brought in quite well, considering those two players did leave. So our fellow Turtle has come in as that right midfield slot, but after that, George Murray, £4.1 million, is a good goalkeeper now that I think I can just rely on, hopefully take me up the leagues. Centre-back wise, Kim Joo-see was really good. Happy with that. Fantastic player, 6'4" from South Korea, has been playing at Oxford United, so good signing on a free transfer there. And I think the other signing I'm really happy with is Ronan McLaughlin. 550k for what looks like a Wonderkid midfielder.
Could be
18 years old. Good. Looks absolutely fantastic from Waterford. So really happy with that, especially for his price. But Nanasi is also a cracking player. Look how good he is on a free transfer. Junior League in up front, who's replacement for Sufanat Mointer. Got a couple of other players who plays at the back as well. David Heen, who I'm actually going to lock into the team in this start of the season, because I think as a complete forward type of player, he's very good indeed. Likes to beat the offside trap. Yeah. But yeah, there's some good options that I've brought to the club here. I'm happy with it. And I'm lining up in a 4-4-2 still. So with David Heen up front, and the reason for that is if I pick the best 11, Junior League and Kieran O'Neill go up front, I'm kind of hoping that David Heaney, although he is 31, is good enough to help us get up this season. That's what the signings I've made, I think I should be pushing for promotion this season.
we're both stronger squads.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a bit worried about my injuries for the first part of the season, but yeah, I mean, we've definitely got a stronger squad. So
yeah,
we should be there or thereabouts.
You have beaten me already, though. Ooh. So, although I am mouthing off, Harry Leonard scored a winner in the 87th minute.
I love a late goal.
Yeah. I also lost to West Brom too, so not been a great start, although I have got 4 championship wins after that. A nice little 7-2 as well against Swansea. But you have actually, Dad, gone top of the league, and that's because you started the season very well, only dropping 2 points. An away trip to Southampton. Getting knocked out the cup, but that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Nice 4-0 against Birmingham there, 2-0 against Derby. So some good results that do see you sit top of the league by 2 points already.
I've got to be well happy with that, not losing a game in the league so far with the injuries that I've got. So
yeah.
Yep.
And Andrew Moran,
the strength of my side is quite good then.
New signing Andrew Moran, top goal scorer.
Yeah.
With 6 goals. He was attacking midfielder.
Average rating 8.4.
Yeah. Very good indeed. The season preview for this season.
Yeah.
We're no longer at the bottom, but we're still nowhere near the top.
Oh, come on. Look where we finished last
Playoffs.
season. Yeah.
Fourth and
they're
fifth,
doing
or
that
third
to
and
us.
fourth, whatever it was.
Come on.
4th and 5th, I think it was, yeah. But
I mean, they reckon Leeds have just walked it already, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So what do we do? Give the total to Leeds and just
get
walk
a total
away?
Leeds, and that'll be it, by the looks of it. But yeah, I think we could cause an upset. I think possibly this could be the year that, we got so close to the playoffs. We almost played against each other in the final.
Imagine
that would have been brilliant. I'll call back to season number 1, of course. But yeah, maybe this is the season, because our teams have definitely improved now, as we could be within touching distance as we race to the Prem. Yes, our teams are much stronger this season, but one of us is absolutely storming the championship this season. And it's not my Sutton United side, as although I'm doing well, there are far too many draws this season. It is in fact Dad, who after 25 games is sitting top of the league and unbeaten. But another win against my Sutton United side in the second half of the season, and it's an early celebration for Dad and Hartlepool United, because he was crowned champions in March, with 6 games remaining after building a commanding 20-point lead at the top, as I currently hold just a good enough position for the playoffs. For which I did eventually make, and after a 2-1 first leg loss to Everton in the semi-finals, the second leg was much better, and a 3-0 win sends us to Wembley Stadium, where we will face none other than Crystal Palace for promotion to the Premier League with my dad. But after just 3 minutes, Palace worked a really good corner routine to take the lead. We fired back 10 minutes later from a set piece of ourselves, but an 80th minute penalty destroyed us to go 2-1 down, and after pushing for an equaliser, Crystal Palace caught us on the break and scored a third to keep us in the championship next season. Absolutely gutted.
I've got to say it again. I'm going to say it. I love late goals.
Absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
Playoff final.
Oh.
Just one step away. And what makes it worse is obviously, Dad, you're going up as champions.
Get in. Hey, where's Leeds now? Right
Second.
behind me. Where they
still get promoted.
Yeah, but the trophy was given to Leeds according to the bookies.
According to you, yeah. Well done. Caused a big upset there. 111 points. Absolutely wiped the floor with the championship. I mean, that's not like beat around the bush there. That's a phenomenal season. The championship, I always say, is the hardest league in the world. You pissed that.
I got it right, didn't I?
Yeah.
Tactics and squad. Got it right.
Unbelievable season. Unbelievable. Rickard with 28 goals again. He was fantastic. David Heane got 22 for me. Rickard was also the highest average rating.
I got 3 players in that.
Yeah.
The average rating. And my keeper's right there as well. So good season.
I had 2 of the highest assisters. Both of my wingers were 2 really high assisters, which is great. But we could not get it done in the championship playoffs.
I've just let
so gutted for that. Yeah, you took advantage going into it. You're the first one to get to the Premier League, but of course the race isn't over until you win the Premier League.
Right, yeah.
That's the big
I mean,
thing.
the hard work really starts now, because you're in the top league now, and we're going to be by far the bookies' favourites to go down again.
Oh yeah, so 100%.
I think this first season for me is going to be my hardest season.
Survival.
If I can survive, that gives me one big jump on you, because you might not come up next season.
No.
So if I survive in that league, I've got a massive leap over you then.
Yeah. Every year that you're up there, where I'm not, is a huge advantage.
Well, I mean, let's go to the transfer fee. transfer money. How much money am I going to have for that?
Well, I have. Let's put this in perspective. Of course, after 5 or 6, maybe even 7 seasons in the Championship, I can't even remember now. I have 1.7 million with no wage budget. That's a nice budget compared to what we've been given.
We'd be happy with that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We'd be going, yes.
If you think I've sold £30 million worth of players and I'm still in the minus here, and still got minus 20 million pounds worth of debts to put up there. I mean, at least if I did sell anybody, it is 100%. But yourself, Dad, going into the Premier League season, you have 30 million with £166,000 in the wage budget. So it's massive. I mean, you're still in the minus and your debts are higher, but they know full well once that Premier League money comes in.
TV rights and all that is, I don't know how much it is, but it's going to be a lot of money in it.
Exactly. So you've got a lot to spend there. The important thing is spending it wisely.
Yeah.
Is because you don't want to just buy loads of cheap players because you've gone up a league. You need to buy 1 or 2 good ones, 1 or 2 better ones than what you got, and 1 or 2 smart ones, and keep the ones obviously that you got, because there's not a lot of players wanted in your club, by the way, which tends to happen when you get promoted. There's not a lot of players who are like, oh, I want to leave, or there's interest from other clubs. That hasn't really happened with
they're
your
all going to want
here.
to play in the Premier League next season, so they're not going to want to leave really. And I'm going to be the worst team in the Premier League, so who wants to buy my players? It's like that, really, isn't it?
I mean, Rickard, I think's good enough in the Premier League, easily, because his physicals are fantastic. He's 6'5", he scores quite a lot of goals already. Harry Leonard, I'm unsure with. I think that might have to be your bench striker. I think you might have to find a replacement in there. Andrew Moran, again, I don't think he's Premier League ready. I think if you're going with the exact same tactic, which we know is almost a foregone conclusion, there's probably going to be a change, then you would have to look at replacing Moran. Josh Landers doesn't even get into the team at the minute. He's there. Ringo Miervold, again, he's old now, 33. He's also leaving already. So that's 2 players. You've also got a DM who's only on loan. So if you're looking at the team already right here, from what I just said there, I think this is what you're looking at already, and we haven't even looked at the defence.
Well, I think a DM for this league is a big must for me. If I'm going to spend a lot of money on one player, it's a DM, I feel. So, and then look at what I can get in around in those other positions. It's going to be an hard season for me.
It is indeed. It's going to be an even harder one for me, though, trying to recover from that playoff final loss. So let's see what happens throughout the summer. Yes, congratulations to my dad and his Hartlepool side on promotion to the Premier League. And he starts the summer spending £9 million on a very good young left-sided defender from Southampton. In a ballsy move that may also be predictable, Dad decided to switch up the tactic this season coming forward with 3 up front after dominating the Championship. Meanwhile, I was looking to go for more of an attacking 4-4-2 with a couple of players lined up and wanting to join that could really help. Even with Dad's switch of tactic though, he still paid a lot of money for an attacking midfielder, which is not in his system that he looks to mould into a centre midfielder. But the daunting task of staying in the Premier League this season was approaching rather fast. However, if he does survive, every season I'm not promoted is a huge advantage in the race to win the Premier League. Okay, this summer I didn't sell players as much as what I did last season. And I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh, is that a problem? I only sold my top scorer last season. He was 32. I thought, I ain't going to get another year out of him like I did last season, £1.7 million. I kind of bargained on getting a couple of free transfers that I think might be better. The first free transfer I got was a midfield option, Broadener, who is quite a good Austrian midfielder. Well, looking at this, he's Premier League player.
Good signing.
So, yeah, really good signing. He's been playing in Austria Vienna, so I'm happy with that. Then we got Tony Majic, who's going to be the replacement of David Hearn. I think worth it. Just slightly worse pace, etc., but way better technicals and better mental attributes for him in there. So Tony Majic on a free. Then we got Valdemirson, goalkeeping option there as a backup. He might actually start. He's 34, so he's very experienced. Fernando Olmo is probably my best signing. He's a really good midfielder, centre midfielder. attacking wise anyway, not defensively. He's only got 4 for tackling. Don't put a tackle in, lad. Just go forward with the ball. Great physical attributes, gets into opposition area.
It's 2 good midfielders you've got in. Really.
Yeah. Both kind of attacking, though.
Yeah.
Which
they're both good
problem.
Premier League players as well. So
Yeah. That's it.
it's good.
Planning for next season, hopefully. And Charlie Davies was my final signing. It's a loan deal. I'm paying a little bit for it, but I think it's worth it just for the Mohawk. No, it's worth it because of his ability. If you're looking at him, although he is only 5'11 with 10 jumping reach, he does have great pace, which works for that quite, I think, makes up for it. Because the ball's going over the top, like, I'll let matey head it, I'll chase it.
Yeah.
He also has great agility, so when he's going, I'll let matey head it and I'll chase it, he can turn around quickly as well when he's doing it. That's my thought process anyway. But he does have great bravery and heading. So even though he can't jump and he's only fairly small, he's very brave, and when he does head it, he heads it well. That's my thinking on it anyway.
He's good with both feet.
He's very good with both feet.
Yes.
Yeah, well spotted.
So he can slide into that position quite comfortably as well.
Exactly. So I'm kind of happy with Charlie Davies coming in as a loan signing there. Tactically, I'm sticking with my 4-4-2 attack. I think I got to the playoff final and I got to the playoffs the season before it.
You're there or thereabouts, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you like
the consistency's there.
Look, your 2 centre midfield players, they're Premiership players.
Yeah. And
can be. So
the signings that I made, they're getting better.
Yeah.
So McLaughlin, who of course I signed last season as a centre midfielder, plays also right back. He's getting better as well. So I'm happy with just allowing this to happen and allowing where he goes. Kim Joo-soo even is quite good as well to go next to Arista, but obviously Charlie Davies is there as a second option. When I do best 11 pick, it does flick around a couple of players every now and then.
Some hairstyles going across your back forward.
Cracking, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely cracking. So there we go. Now I'm in the Championship, obviously that's in the Premier League, so when you have a look at this now, Everton's come down, look. Just lost to them 3-4. I also lost to Sheffield Wednesday and drew to Burnley, but I've played a lot of games already and I've won 4 again, although one of them was in the Cup. So my Championship season has started with 3 wins out of 6, and Southampton are absolutely destroying it. So
what are the bookmakers sort of saying? Is that going to be a Southampton win?
No, Brentford evens.
Ooh.
Brentford and Everton are there. I'm down in 11th though. That's the highest I've been.
Yeah, at least they're starting to fancy you.
Yeah, so not too bad. All right, we'll have to see. But anyway, Dad's first season in the Premier League. Let's have a look at who he's brought in. Now, going out, £5.5 million for Dan Dawson. We obviously seen that Meervold was also leaving as well. £22 million in total. You can see there's a few other players that have left, including Ousmane Diop from Hull, who's gone to Hull City, who was your left back, Dad.
Yes.
But there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Because £14 million you replaced him with £9 million Darnell Ledge, who I think is what a ledge he is.
Yeah. My scout's done well finding this player for me. Really, really. I mean, 19 and he's that good already.
Can also play centre back too.
Yes.
He's 6'2", not very good positioning, which I think he's better suited for the left back.
Yeah.
For that pace, acceleration, etc. Only 19, quality player, so and less than the player than what you sold.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So it's like a £5 million profit in the bank, so it'll help me out again. So yeah,
not
really
silly wages here. We're paying now in the Championship.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that, Connor Keane has come in from Shamrock Rovers, 400k.
Good striker.
Yeah.
I feel. I mean, I'm getting quite a few strikers in because you'll probably guess at what I've done with my tactic.
Mm-hmm.
What I do like playing in the Premier League, so I've got to get a couple in.
Unai Marrero, very good goalkeeper.
Yes.
For £5 million as well.
I always feel that I've got to have a good goalkeeper in this league, else you're in trouble. So first thing I went out and got is a good goalkeeper, really.
Good on the ball. He has great kicking, good passing ability with 17 vision.
Yeah.
And he's good with both feet. If you're playing out from the back, he's perfect for this. Then we got Lasse Elvius from Copenhagen, £10 million. The biggest signing.
I think he's
really good.
Yeah, good attacking midfielder.
You'll see why I've questioned the signing though.
Just note that he does play in another position, especially
he does play there.
That one there.
But that's as a natural, he plays centre attacking midfielder. And guess what? That's not playing centre attacking midfielders. Anyway, there's a couple more signings.
I did buy him, and then after I bought him, I changed my tactic.
Yeah. Oh, my new record signing that I can't get into the club anymore. Anyway, there's a few more signings.
On it. I knew you'd pick me up on it.
Of course I would. You signed Woolery back after his good season last year. Paying a little bit more.
I just couldn't find that sort of like really DM that I really, really fancied.
Yeah.
And then I just kept on asking Chelsea whether they'd give him back. And they kept on saying no, no, no. And as they got closer to the start of the season, eventually they went, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, ideal.
Yeah.
I've got him in again.
So as a destroyer type of player, he comes back in. Fitted very well into the side last year. Richie Sagrado, good right back there on a free transfer.
I feel like I've got a good right back, good left back, good keeper. So
yeah,
I think there's a good transfer window for me there, really.
Yeah. Seydou from Oxford.
Yeah.
Another good centre midfielder.
Centre midfielder, yeah. So
he's fantastic.
Film on midfield's quite good.
And then finally, Lucas Capado.
Yes.
Which is a second striker.
Another striker in, because as you've seen in my tactic just now, I've gone
for it front.
For my Premier League tactic, which is free up front.
Now, what I would say, I mean, Elvius does go in.
Yeah.
All right, he goes in as the box-to-box midfielder. Although he doesn't play there naturally, he still goes in.
But I stuck him on a training plan for the season that he's being trained for that position.
Yeah. I don't think... I highlighted your biggest problem last season would possibly be the striker. I don't think you've improved the striker positions. Connor Keane has come in and he's not bad. No pace though. Harry Leonard doesn't have that much pace. Has a little bit, but not very good off the ball. And Rickard, obviously, who I think is your main striker, is the 6'5" monster who goes on the left.
They're all finishers though.
Yeah.
They all know where the back of the net is. So you only need one of them to find that net each time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have stronger defence and midfield are very good. So if I can just keep this season in the Premier League, I can build on the forwards after.
Yeah, very good.
I admit they're not a great forward line, but they are like 15 plus finishers.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of them there, so
okay.
Fingers crossed for this season. That's all. I just need a half decent season, stay there, and for you not to come up, and then I've had a really good season.
Yeah, that would be awful for me. Schedule, you've had a decent start.
Yeah, I'm scoring goals.
Yeah, because Premier League games, you've beaten Palace and beaten Norwich. 2 games that you would be looking at going, I need to win those.
I need to win those, yeah.
And you've only lost to Liverpool and Manchester City. 2 games you go, don't mind losing them.
Yeah.
And the Man City one, you almost pinched a point.
Yeah, got done by a late goal.
Love a late goal. Love a late goal. So
yeah, if you're going to say to me out of all those games that you're going to lose 2, you would pick Liverpool and Man City game.
Yeah.
So I feel I'm all right. Leicester again, I've never 5 goals, so which is I know it's in the cup, but it's still I'm scoring the goals.
Yeah, that's it. That's the important thing. Yeah. All right, so let's entertain ourselves. Shall we? Season preview for Hartlepool.
There I am, look.
Oh, there you are.
1001.
1001. Half is 19th in Crystal Palace at 500 to 1.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a couple of quid on that to win the league.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're in a very hard league already, we know.
I mean, you look at that as well. Look, the 2 games I've lost, Liverpool, Man City, look where they are.
Yeah, the top 2.
So, I've got to be happy
who
with
was it, Norwich and Palace?
Yeah.
Norwich predicted to finish 9th. The teams in here, you think, you know.
I just give Leicester a hammering in the cup, and they're in 40.
Leicester, Bristol City, Sheffield United, Forest, Wolves, we've played them.
Yeah.
We've all played them because they've dropped down into the Championship recent seasons. So, I don't know. I think you stand a good chance, you know. After that start, it's a promising start.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm going to be really happy. You got the arrow on now. 14th, we're Leicester. I'll be really happy with that finish.
Yeah, that's where you've got to aim in it. Like
definitely,
comfortable, get yourself out of relegation.
If I can get into that, I'll be really pleased.
Then you just got to hope second season syndrome doesn't happen.
That's true, yeah.
I did notice as well, Arne Slot's at Tottenham Hotspur.
I'd take that.
Of course you would. I'd take the next Premier League manager to win.
I've got to say, at the moment, as we're recording, we're in the semi-finals of the Europa League. And Ange is just sat there knowing he's going to be sacked. And
they don't win it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going the way of the rest of the Spurs fans. I think he's got to go. He hasn't got plan B, plan C or anything.
Right, let's get back to race to the Prem.
Come on.
All right.
Hartlepool, we're there. Come on.
Can I get up into the Premier League? Can Dad stay in the Premier League? Let's find out. Dad's start to life in the Premier League was promising, and he continued to not only survive, but thrive in the top flight. Because you will have to see it to believe it, but Dad's Hartlepool team is currently sat second in the league at the halfway point, which means I might have to get my skates on a little earlier than anticipated if I'm to participate in this challenge still. And although I'm currently also sat in second place, the title race is on, but the daunting drop in the playoffs is too. With 7 games left, it may be mathematically possible to win the title, but Dad's chances of finishing the Champions League spots were still on. And I was still pinning my hopes of going up in second place. But with a real bad run towards the end of the season for Sutton United, it was playoffs destiny for us yet again. Dad also suffered a bad run of games with so many draws at the end of the Premier League campaign, but even still, he stayed in 5th place on goal difference, and what an achievement to get Champions League football in his first season in the Prem. In the playoffs, my opponents were QPR, who were chasing 1 goal to level the score in the second leg when they found it in the 95th minute to take the game to extra time. And after 2 more goals in extra time, it was penalties, and we missed our first. We kept going though, and on QPR's 4th, our goalkeeper made a huge save.
Oh my God! Wow!
Allowing us to still push through in hopes to get to the finals, and eventually it was Murray Jones again who stepped up with another huge save for the win. And what a game it was at Wembley Stadium. We took an early lead and then went on to double it thanks to O'Neill to go up 2-0 by half-time. Everton, our opponents, then scored right after half-time and looked the stronger squad for the second half, even getting an equaliser just 6 minutes later. The game then went to extra time, and that's when we pulled the momentum back in our favour with a third, and finally we managed to get ourselves out of the Championship with almost 4th.
Well
We
done.
did it! We did it, Sutton!
Against Everton as well. That's
Third
good.
time of asking in the playoffs. It was like one step, couldn't get past semi-final. Next step, got past semi-final, lost in the final, unlucky. Next step, finally, an extra time, love a late goal, 105th, 121st minute goal, get in. Actually, that is classed as the 110th minute because
Yeah.
it's 5 minutes added on
Yeah.
in extra time. That's mental. I've never seen that. But there we go. We've got past Everton. We go up through the playoffs once again from the Championship into the Premier League.
I mean, you only finished a point behind Sunderland as well, so...
Yeah. I dropped in the final game. I lost the final game of the season.
Yeah, but look at Sunderland's last few games. They chucked it away with automatic
That's the
promotion. didn't
playoffs, those two.
they? Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So, yeah, if you're looking at my final game of the Championship
You had a
season,
few there, didn't you?
yeah, I was
February.
chucking games away. Because at some point, I was close to the top. If we're looking at past positions, I was top and second for a while.
Yeah.
And threw it
Nearly
away.
chucked it away, didn't
And
you?
if you look at how far away I was from the top at the end, you'd be like, oh, 21 points.
Yeah.
Whereas I was top of the league going into the second half. I've really chucked it away there. But Kieran O'Neill, 26 goals, Junior League 23. Really good stuff from them. Kieran O'Neill also had one of the highest average ratings in the league. So I'm happy with that. I'm really buzzing with that. And assist-wise, again, my 2 wingers.
Yeah.
My
That's
2
good.
wingers are up there. Right. There we go. So, transfer budget going into the Premier League next season, 42 and 300 grand.
They're really supporting you, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I am very happy with that. I'm buzzing. 100% debts and loans, £22 million. All right, cool. We're going into the Premier League with a chance. Did Dad stand a chance? Well, of course, you didn't. Not only did you survive, Dad, you thrived. Champions League football next season. After 1 season.
Get in.
That is going to
I'm
be
really pleased with that.
mental. Getting
Really
to a
pleased.
Champions League final and getting relegated in the same season. Can't believe you're going to be able to do that.
I'll tell you what, I'm gutted the way I finished.
Yeah?
I won 1 game in the last 5 and drew the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're looking at the end of the season, you were you threw away second.
Yeah.
You threw away second place because it was in your hands and you drew way too many games.
Oh, imagine if I'd come second in the first season in the Premier League.
Crazy. I mean,
Oh
Liverpool
my God.
ran away with it.
Yeah.
92 points. They were 20 points above Arsenal. But, yeah,
I threw away that second spot, though.
you had
I mean,
second in your grasp.
Don't get me wrong. I am so pleased with that. I mean, second place and 5th place, Hartlepool, it's money-wise, but it's still in the Champions League, so
yeah,
it's massive money-wise still.
God, yeah. But Connor Keane, 18 goals there, was up there. So I doubted Connor Keane, but he did quite well. He did very well.
I see.
Fair play. The free striker formation has worked.
Champions League football, eh?
Transfer budget, 41 million.
No
I have
wage.
more.
No wage.
I have more transfer budget, more wage budget, and you're going into the Champions League.
Come on. You should have been looking at this season and going, we're in the Champions League, I'm going to give you an extra 100 million.
Oh, yeah. Going to give you an extra 100 million. We got 53.
No, not they. I'm giving them 100 million by getting into the Champions League.
Okay, so looking at your team, 24 goals from Connor King with 11 assists. Harry Leonard got 17. Rickard only got 13. He dropped off a little bit.
I mean, I'm still pleased with that, with being the first season in the Premier League. So, 3 strikers got me that amount of goals. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. All right, well, going into next season then, really interesting stuff, because the race to the Premier League could end at any moment now, and Dad's proven that. Almost finishing in second place in his first season in the Premier League, but now he's got no advantage. I'm joining him. We're both on level playing field again, going into the Premier League in the race to the Prem. Yes, make sure you blast that notification bell, because you do not want to miss the race to win the Premier League, as it could end any season now with both of us in shooting range.